Hey everybody, long time no see. So recently I've been playing and watching a lot of Zelda. And as a result, I've been learning to appreciate some of the Zelda games that tend to go unnoticed by most people. What I've realized about the Zelda community is that generally people have the same favorites, the same least favorites. Mostly the 3D games tend to be popular, with the exception of maybe A Link to the Past and some of the other ones. I'm guilty of it too. But what I've been realizing recently is that there's some really good Zelda games that tend to be really underrated and go unnoticed. So in this video, I'm going to show these games some love and the appreciation that they really deserve. At number 5, I'm going to be putting Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Generally, you'll find that the Zelda community is really split on this one. You'll find some people that really love it, and then you'll find some people that aren't really a big fan of it. Personally, I'm going to put this at probably my third favorite Zelda game of all time. I don't really understand the unnecessary criticism behind it. It's so beautifully made. I love the dark vibes it gives off. Probably had some of the best cutscenes, some of the best characters, and best character development out of any Zelda game. Definitely one of my personal favorites. I really feel that Zelda fans just like nitpicking at some things that really aren't even worth it. Some people say that this game is tedious at times. The reality is, it's just like any other video game. There's going to be some times that you're not really going to enjoy, where you're going to have to be completing tasks that you're not really a big fan of. But that's really just part of the game. The game offers a huge world, so much to do, so many characters, amazing soundtrack, amazing dungeons. Just all around an amazing game, in my opinion. Number 4 on the list is going to be The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords, not 4 Swords Adventure. The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords came out as an installment, I believe, to Minish Cap, which is also one of my favorite Zelda games of all time. I really love the fantasy element that incorporated in. Obviously, the multiplayer element. I really remember playing with my friends back in the day, connecting to Game Boy Advance, and it was a really enjoyable experience. I'm not gonna lie, nostalgia obviously does play a part in me placing it on this list. But honestly, I really recommend it to anybody that's really into Zelda and is looking for a change of environment. The whole multiplayer element to it, provides for a challenge, provides for, funny moments, fun moments, difficult moments, and just it's overall, a really interesting experience, especially considering that Zelda tends to be a one-player game and follows the same suit. I definitely feel like this game is underappreciated. It definitely deserves a little more recognition than it already does have. At number 3, we have The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages. Definitely an underrated title, and I myself am guilty of not giving this game a legit thorough playthrough. I've definitely played it before, but I've never really gone through a large portion of the game. Judging from what I have played from it, I liked it. I really enjoyed it. However, knowing the Zelda community and how this game stands within the Zelda community, it's really a fan favorite. The only real issue is not a lot of people have played it. I plan on giving this game a playthrough pretty soon, and I know for a fact that I'm going to enjoy it, especially since it adopts the same kind of themes and elements that Link's Awakening has, and Link's Awakening is definitely one of my favorite Zelda games of all time. You guys might have realized by now that I'm a huge fan of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, which is why it takes number's 2 spot on this list. Similar to Oracle of Ages and Seasons, I feel like this game just needs to be played more to be appreciated more. Without going into too many spoilers or details, I just really love the really unique feeling that it gives compared to other Zelda games. The game really explores some mystical and ethereal kind of vibes. And if you guys know me, I'm a huge fan of Dark Zelda games as well. Although this isn't exactly a Dark Zelda game, you can really tell the difference and the contrast between the beginning of the game and the end of the game in terms of, the really happy feeling it gives you at first to the slow approaching grim feeling the game kind of ends with. I'd probably put this game up there with other Zelda games such as Majora's Mask as really unique. They don't follow the cliche storyline, where you save the princess or save the world or something like that. In fact, compared to the other games, this one has probably the most unique and different storyline compared to the rest of the Zelda games. And it's for one of those reasons that I really love this game. It really holds a special place in my heart. You guys probably also got the hint that I'm a huge Minish Cap fan. Although it was tight between this one and Link's Awakening that I couldn't really decide which one was more underrated or not, I decided to put this one ahead because the reality is there are more fans than Link's Awakening and Minish Cap. I feel like it was during this time period that the Zelda franchise started shifting towards more simple, easy, and I guess childish element. However, I love the fact that Minish Cap was still able to maintain the challenges and the sense of adventure, exploration that the other Zelda games had. Me being a huge fan of fantasy games, fantasy everything really, I love the themes that Minish Cap had. The whole idea of turning miniature, and I love the bright colors, the characters, the whole feeling the game really gave. I think it was just a mixture really of all these elements, and you know, the soundtrack and obviously a little bit of nostalgia really determined my decision. In my opinion, The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap is the most underrated Zelda game of all time, and I feel like nobody's really a true Zelda fan if you haven't at least gave this game a shot. To be really frank, there isn't really anything in this game that I didn't like, and I don't feel like there's any real criticisms that somebody could have about this game. I'd understand if it's not really your cup of tea, if you're not really into the happy mood, the bright colors. This game, though, is definitely worth a shot for anybody that calls himself a Zelda fan. Hey everybody, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like rating. I know this is the first time I put out a video in a really long time, but as you probably noticed, I do have a new camera now, a new mic now, so I'm hoping to put out, I want to say, videos more often and definitely better quality. Also, if you have any questions to ask me, please make sure to comment below and I will be sure to answer them in the upcoming mailbag episode. I know I don't upload often anymore, but I still try and keep up with the channel, and I don't try and go too long without uploading anything or letting anybody know that you know, I'm still putting out content even though it's between long periods of time. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, you could also feel free to email me or shoot me a message or whatever it is. If you have any video suggestions, feel free to comment below. I'll definitely take them into consideration. Thanks again, guys. Hope you enjoyed.